I wish now that I actually bought some Coronas to drink in celebration.
Topical joke. Let me first start by saying, Gong Xi Fa Choi. Happy Chinese New Year of the rat.
The year of the rat.
The year of the rat.
The diseased, plague-ridden rat.
So for all you snitches out there, snitches get stitches, bitches. Year of the rat. Year of the plague. Year of the rat.
That's actually a big thing. Well, I don't know how big it is. I don't know what the fucking deal is with now.
The coronavirus that we've been following a little bit. I haven't been following it as closely as...
Well, it's been very kind of hush-hush. I mean, it's up to 51 people dead now.
56.
56 now? 56, yeah, let's keep dropping like flies. China's infected, US is infected, Australia's fucking infected.
Happy Chinese New Year! Another reason not to go near Asians. No. You can't say that.
No, stay away from fucking research labs that actually generate and build the shit.
And build the virus, yeah. So we found an article from... I found an article from 2015 about a lab actually creating that for research purposes. So
pretty much all the viruses are engineered in research labs as part of research.
Absolutely.
And then either they accidentally get out or they just decide, well, we want to put it into a real-world test.
Yeah, you never know. So it's Ralph Barrick, an infectious disease researcher at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. This was in 2015. Published a study on his team's efforts to engineer a virus. And that's when they created the coronavirus, which is kind of weird. I don't know what to believe anymore, because there's a lot of shit on the internet now that you don't know, regardless of what side you're on. It's very hard to distinguish what is disinformation from real stuff, you know? So.
Well, but me personally, in the history of what's happened over the many, many years, I don't see it so far-fetched that there's these medical bio companies out there that actually are creating these viruses.
The Umbrella Corporation. Yeah.
But I've been arguing whether it's released intentionally or accidentally. Why the fuck are you building it in the first place? Why the fuck are you trying to sit in there going, oh, we're going to try and make a virus that could potentially kill people for research? Like, why the fuck would you do that?
For research purposes, yeah. Very, very weird, yeah. So China's building, they have a deadline at the moment of... at the time, it was 6 days left, but they gave them 10 days to build a hospital facility specifically for the corona outbreak.
Yeah, they just plowed down this area and they just mass building, like just pumping out this hospital.
Yeah, but I just want to say also, shout out China for pumping out a fucking hospital in 10 days.
Yeah.
What are they, worker bees? They're like a bunch of...
It's China. That's all they do is work. That's all they do is build stuff.
Just like a hive mind, huh? The future is China, man. It's crazy. But yeah, so they want to house like something like 1,000 beds there. So is
it a hospital or is it just a place to go and die?
It's like a quarantine. It's basically a big quarantine hospital, yeah, specifically for that virus. So if they're building, up to 1,000 beds, do they really expect it to get that big? I mean, I don't know. They're preparing for it.
Didn't they did a similar thing years ago for something else, didn't they?
They did a lot of that for SARS and all of the outbreaks have had, But
again, to them, building 1,000-bed hospital is probably nothing.
It's nothing.
We look at it and go, oh, well, to build a hospital here, it takes 10 years of government approval,
roadworks for like 5 years,
planning, all that stuff. Yeah, no, they're just like, fuck, we need a hospital, we can build it,
churn it out. Yeah, like a bunch of ants, Yeah, crazy. But yeah, another thing, like I've actually bought a couple of masks from eBay. Yeah. I feel a bit lame doing that, but I think it's something that should be in everyone's bag. I think just a mask, a PM 2.5, something with an actual filter. Cotton masks don't do shit all, or even a surgical mask. I hear they're pretty good. The 3M surgical masks. they're apparently very good. But
I'm keeping mine sealed until that moment when I know that it needs to be opened.
Yeah. Hey, if it buys you some time, even for a fire or something, just gives you a couple of minutes to have some.
As long as I can cut a hole in it so I can have a cigarette.
While everything's on fire.
While everything's on fire and the world's getting infected with viruses, I just want to have a cigarette. Fuck.
Yeah, so heaps of shit going on, man. I mean, Turkey, that massive earthquake in Turkey.
When?
About less than 48 hours ago. Massive earthquake in Turkey.
Fuck, I didn't hear about that one.
Lots, obviously weather. Yes,
yeah, like last week, I mean, I think the bushfires in the eastern states are out because they got smashed with fucking floods and hail and dust storms and
hailstorm,
everything.
So in New South Wales, everyone was checking the bomb and they were expecting rain. They were literally expecting rain. That's what the bomb actually came up with as a reading. Rain.
Sure wasn't just chaff?
Well, at this time it wasn't. This fucking time it wasn't sprayed from the fucking military craft. But a massive dust storm descended on New South Wales instead of rain. But it picked up as rain on the bomb. So they were like, yes, rain! And then they were shrouded in darkness.
Yeah.
Literally shrouded in darkness. Yeah. And then on the other side, you've got Melbourne having brown rain, from all the dust storms and stuff.
I mean, I looked at those pictures of the dust storms coming in, and it looked like something out of the Brendan Fraser mummy movies. I just said, if there becomes a plague of locusts next, I'm fucked. I'm gonna pack up my shit and
you need that bug out bag, man.
The bug out bag. Go hunt some mummies.
Do you have a bug out bag?
Well, in my mind, I have a mental bug out bag. I have a bag and I have a plan. So when push comes to shove, it'll take me 5-10 minutes to get the shit together.
So what's a bug out bag?
What's in a bug out bag?
Bob. Basically, a bug out bag is a bag that you designate to have all the emergency stuff so that you can bug out when you have to. Yeah.
Got a multitude of knives and my
bottle openers,
multi-tools bottle openers.
You need the mask, the bottle opener.
I've thought about throwing a pair of socks and some underwear in there.
Yeah, okay.
But a lot of my stuff is more
just emergency.
Tangible.
Some flashlights. No, LED flashlights, batteries.
Nah, that gives away your position. People can see you and see from the distance when you got a flashlight. You want to stay dark. You want to keep it under the radar.
But
a pen, a Sharpie. Always take a fucking Sharpie.
The Sharpie, air horn. Whistle.
Why don't you take a fucking rubber ducky with you as well? Jeez, nah.
Clown nose. Clown nose is good. But I don't know. I don't think it's that crazy to have a bag with all your stuff in it that's ready to go.
Yeah.
Or just a designated bag anyway. But how many people, are we... I don't want to sound doom and gloom, like we're expecting the worst, but hey, preparation, there's no harm in preparation, right? And I feel like the paranoid ones are going to survive this apocalypse. While everyone's arguing whether it's real or not, everyone else is packing up and leaving. Yeah.
The ones that are going to get infected first are the ones that just aren't, paying attention to what the fuck's going on.
Aren't even paying attention,
The ignorant ones. Fuck you.
I want to... Jesus, calm down. I want the blue pill. I want out. I want out. There's going to be a Matrix 4? Why? It got progressively worse.
Money.
2 and 3, true.
Are they going to donate all their money to the bushfire funds? The wildlife funds? Or they're just going to give it to the fucking UN? I found out that there's an organisation... All right, that just got kind of not awarded, but recognized by the United Nations as what they call a permanent observer. And I'm trying to work out what that term means in terms of the UN. A permanent observer is, I think, someone who has a seat at the UN that has that sort of they're able to they sit there and observe what's going on.
They oversee what's happening.
They oversee, the permanent observer. I don't know. It sounds fucking stupid. But the thing is, the organization that I found is called the interparliamentary union. And what their role is to assist parliaments around the world into working towards a greater goal that serves the global benefit.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, so there's an organization that, what do? Do they go and sit down with these parliaments around the world and say, okay, you need to do this, or you need to do that, or this is the best option in order to abide by these terms that the United Nations are putting out? Like,
yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah.
Why is there this body of people assisting parliaments around the world to achieve a...
Well, if you needed to push out an agenda, those are the guys that are probably pushing it, I think. Yeah.
I said it before.
The global governments,
any organisation that has ties to the United Nations can fuck off.
Fishy as fuck.
Fishy as fuck.
NATO. Remember when we went on that whole NATO thing?
Yeah, I was saying we're over at the Pleasure Garden.
Yeah.
Eating our bratwurst and potatoes. That was fucking good. We might go back and get some afterwards.
It was good.
And I was saying, what happened to NATO? We haven't heard from NATO in a while.
Yeah.
And I confused myself in what NATO was. And I couldn't understand. I couldn't remember because I haven't heard of NATO for fucking years. I think the last thing they were Kosovo, Bolivia, or some shit like that. Yeah. Something to do with...
Kosovo was a big thing.
Yeah. But I thought that they were their own military. You got the United States military, you got the Russians, the British Army or whatever. And I thought then there was NATO, like they run around their own NATO uniforms and bits and pieces. But it kind of, it looks now like it is just a term for these countries that come together for certain events.
Yeah.
But in a kind of like a global military presence.
Yeah.
I mean, I still can't work it out because I've seen photos of these certain NATO people wearing these, I don't know, like red berets and actually have like these NATO patches on. So I don't actually know how NATO works in the scheme of militaries.
Yeah.
But to me, it sounds like a world-governed military that have gone very quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if they could deploy them at any time around the world. I mean, that's what they're for, right?
Yeah,
they come in and intervene.
You think, what does it take for them to invoke NATO to get involved
in certain things? Yeah.
Or did they just decide, well, we're just not going to use NATO, but we're going to use the same rules and the same agreements?
Yeah. Guys,
they need NATO to fight the coronavirus.
So much stuff going on. There's too much stuff going on. Can
we talk about Harry and Meghan?
Yeah, if you want.
We can no longer call him Prince Harry, can we? He's no longer a prince.
Yeah.
He resigned as the prince.
Yeah.
He gave up his title to go hang out in Canada with Miss Meghan. What was the show she was from? In Suits. She was in Suits. Yeah. I fucking love that show. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a fucking good show.
Well, while everyone is focusing on the poor Meghan and Harry, it's like, what else is going on?
No. Just say it. No one's paying attention to fucking is it Prince Philip or Prince Andrew?
Prince Andrew and Philip.
Prince Andrew and Philip. They're hanging out with fucking Jeffrey Epstein on his fucking pedophile island because no one cares anymore because fucking Prince Harry and Meghan have fucking left the royal family to go hang out in Canada.
Oh, what about Meghan?
Oh, hype. The grandson decided, fuck this family, I'm out of here because his fucking granddad's a pedophile. And the whole world's just like, no, what have you done?
Yeah,
Oh.
you're forgetting that you're looking at a family of fucking lizards, right?
Yeah.
It's like how quickly do people fucking forget, man?
Which one was it? Was it Philip? I can't remember. I don't know who Philip is and who Andrew is. I just know one of them.
Prince Andrew was one of the more recent ones. Yeah,
But is that the Queen's husband?
A lot of no. That's not
Philip's the husband.
Yeah.
Philip is the one that wrote in his biography something saying that if he could be reincarnated or come back,
he'll come back as a chemtrail.
No, he'd come back as a virus.
As a virus.
The grey goo. Like he wants to.
The grey goo.
That was his thing. It's written in his fucking biography. Like if I could come back, I'd be the grey goo virus to wipe out the fucking population.
They have a hard on when it comes to eugenics and cleansing the planet.
Yeah.
Because like if they had their way, none of us would be around. It would just be them and the world.
And the Chinese.
And all the resources. And the Chinese.
To build their shit.
To outsource their shit.
Yeah,
the fucking corporation. Yeah.
Oh, nah, I don't want to talk. I'm not ready to talk about
Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't talk to our future slave owners. But, but it's strange, man. How quickly these bigger things, like bigger events and bigger distractions, come and swallow up what was before. Because you find like now, also I find that like the internet's ruining people's attention spans, right? Almost to the fact that now, to the point now that if you mention like Epstein, people are like, that's old.
Yeah.
That's old now.
It's old news.
You're still talking about Epstein. Man, they came out with evidence. Like, he wrote a suicide note. Shut up. It's done.
Yeah, but no, that's the thing. Like,
you know, people want to let shit go, but it is that collective amnesia, that short attention span, that is what is fucking us right now. Because people... There's a quote, okay, that I love from my favorite podcast. Conspiracy theorists, they may be crazy, but at least they are keeping the score.
Yes.
At least they are going, hang on, they're trying to piece together a pattern.
Okay, now here's the reason why so many people, why I get shitty when it comes to the whole argument against commercial mass media and, say, YouTube or social media or just...
Independent media.
Independent content.
Yeah.
Is because certain commercial mass media only have they have a certain time slot type things. They have agendas. They have producers. They have to keep churning out the stories, which means after a story gets old, there's something new. They just keep going. They don't backtrack. Whereas the ability for people to go and research and actually look up certain independent or alternative sources of media and news, they're more likely to find out or be able to follow a certain story and not just like news in one ear, out the other.
Yeah, and it's not just about the hot topic and then, all right, now here's Tom with the weather type shit. It's like, at least these independent researchers, if they have a pretense or a certain idea, they stick to it and they follow through. And they are not bound by the regulations of mass media. For example, things you can't say. Like the fact that news reporters at ABC were silenced for 3 years from reporting anything on Epstein. Like ABC, who's owned by Disney, by the way. But it goes to show, man, like there is... To say that something has more credibility because it's mainstream is fucking so incorrect.
Well, no, but think about this as well. Think about the amount of mainstream articles, and as we watched this news article earlier today, which what you were saying is almost true journalism.
Yeah.
Where there's actually reporters out there that work for these big news companies that are looking into these stories and actually writing these stories. But a lot of them just get washed under the table. They don't get the airplay, or they get brief time in the spotlight and then they're done and wiped over with something else.
Because we were listening on the report, which in my opinion, everyone should be listening to. And it had something like 4,000 views. And you can't even pick it up on the algorithm when you search for it. So it's like, if you think information's really free, it's not. Because the algorithm is the control mechanism. The algorithm is the control mechanism.
Look for a company called Australia Rain.
What about it?
Australian Rain? Oh, they're the company that's employed to cloud seed. Straight up, there's a company out there. Malcolm Turnbull gave $10 million to this company that actually works out they research out in Oman with other companies that generate that experiment with releasing aerosols into the air. That what's the term? Rain.
Meow meow.
Meow meow. Rain. Not acceleration. Rain. Let me find the fucking argument.
Okay.
It's not like it's not creating rain out of nothing. They're
seeding cloud. Yeah.
Exciting. That's not a word to use.
They're basically stimulating the clouds.
Enhancement, rainfall enhancement.
Yeah. So it's enlarging the drops of the condensation to force a cloud to rain.
Yes, AustralianRain.com.au. Australian Rain Technologies offers rainfall enhancement services on request using a next-generation rainfall enhancement technology called Atlant.
Okay, so they can make it. They can force it.
They can force it to rain. So it's a whole thing of taking existing rain molecules in the air and stimulating them with aerosols.
Yep.
Which force the drops to grow bigger and fall as rain.
Yeah.
So if you want to, I'm going to take a page out of your book from the last episode. If you think the cloud seeding doesn't exist, shut up.
Yeah.
Because
look up this company. What's it called again?
Go back to Australian Rain.
Yeah.
Go back to 1927 when they were first playing around with cloud seeding. So cloud seeding, like I'm not even going to argue anymore about cloud seeding.
Yeah. Cloud
seeding is...
It's real.
It's a fucking commercial industry now.
It's real. And I actually would even go as far as to say it's old.
Yeah, it's fucking old.
Yeah, it's old shit now. Now it's electromagnetic frequency. Yeah, that's what they're using.
Not to mention they're still releasing aerosols into the sky.
For sure.
Where the fuck do they go when they fall? We breathe them in.
Your water supply,
your water supply and...
yeah.
There's a nice bit of a hazy sky this afternoon.
Yeah.
Getting ready for everyone to go down to the river to watch the fireworks. Half of fucking Perth has now been dumped with fuck knows what. But fireworks.
Oh, fireworks, yeah. Do you know what is fucking sad? You know, the amount of people looking at the fireworks, that's probably the most that they will look up at the sky for the whole year. You know? Mm-hmm. And I look fucking crazy. I'm always looking up. I always just... cloud gaze. I look at the sun. I look at the alignment. I always, I kind of meditate. I sound like a fucking idiot.
No.
But I look up. I pay attention, right? I pay attention. I look every night. I'm looking at the sky. Every day I'm looking at the sky.
I'm trying to remember a good quote from my new favorite TV show.
Oh God, here we go.
But it was referencing the stars, and it was saying how there's two types of people in the world. They're saying that there's the travelers that look at stars as a guide, and then there's those that look at the stars as just objects in the sky. Yeah. And it's kind of saying, what perspective do you have of the stars? And I thought, well, yeah, obviously, some people look... To me, I thought, what perspective do I have when I look at the stars? And me, I love to look up. It's the wonder. So being a geographical mind traveler, I can see the stars as a guide, but then looking up and seeing them as objects, but in that sense of wonder, and not just accepting that, okay, well, that's what they say it is, but wondering, well, what is beyond that? And seeing them as a metaphorical pathway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a gateway to thinking higher, about where we came from. Yeah, okay.
Yes, most people just look up and go, oh, there's a fucking star.
Yeah. Like, I still don't get how people anyone, including myself, can look at the moon and just go, yeah, it's the moon.
Well, I mean,
'cause I'm I'm constantly blown away.
How many?
I would say every day I'm blown away.
If you walked, I feel like I want to do like a Jimmy Kimmel on the street and answer questions and ask people, what is a star? Like, do it and point up and say, you see that little light twinkling in the sky? What is that? And they go, oh, it's a star. I'd be like, well, what is a star? And how many people go, oh, it's a sun. It's a sun that's like bigger than our sun. They just like, it feels like there's so much. I mean, that's just me being fucking arrogant and fuck like no one else knows what a star is. But but do you feel like there's that kind of mentality?
There's a sense of apathy, I think, as well.
Hang on, let me Google that.
Apathy. I don't even know. I don't know. Okay, look, it's silly for us to assume that we don't appreciate the wonder of, when you look up at the sky as much as anyone else. But I do find that I'm finding it hard to run into people. It's very rare that I run into someone that really contemplates as much as possibly I do. But I know that is a projection of myself, and I know that those people are there, but they're probably just as shy as me or whatever. But
I think everyone. I'd like to think that everyone at some point, or maybe deep down, has that kind of wonder where they might stop and think, what is the star? Like, we look up, what is space? Like, what the fuck is going on up there?
But yeah, for me, that sense of wonder extends to everything. Current events, global events. Like I think it's a certain way of thinking. Like, it's almost a lifestyle. Everything I say sounds fucking like cringeworthy. But
think about it. Okay, this is okay. Do you want to know my mind perspective?
Okay.
So I look at this mobile phone on the table in front of me, and I try and look into it, and I say, okay, what is inside of it? And you try and sit there and you visualize, okay, there's a battery, there's bits of metal, there's these components and stuff. But then I like to try and go deeper. Well, what is inside those components? And then what is in this? Like, I try to mentally go microscopic to see, well, how far in. Like, when you think about the electricity that runs through a device like that, is there like little lightning bolts that are touching little bits and pieces? And what are the fucking the atoms, and how is a fucking all this shit that makes up everything produced into a fucking actual electronic component like that? It's like,
it's mind blowing.
It's fucking amazing.
It's magic, right?
Maybe it just doesn't exist. Maybe it's not actually like that.
Yeah.
Maybe they just mined batteries out of the earth.
But I don't know. I admittedly don't. I'm not that social, so I probably am assuming a lot of other people. I'm making an assumption that they're not interested. They probably are. They probably are a lot more open than we think, but I do find that it's harder and harder to really express yourself without a fear or worry about the repercussions now. I think more than ever.
Well, I
think a lot of people are willing to lose friends now over,
how many people do you reckon,
politics? How
many people do you think feel trapped?
Everyone.
Like, mentally trapped. Like, you're saying that they don't sort of don't look deep or don't have that sort of mentality. But what if it's because of their position in life that they can't jeopardize where they are in life?
Absolutely, yeah. And I do think that's one of the control mechanisms. Fear of judgment, fear of losing your income, fear of what people might think of you, fear of not being able to feed your family. Yeah. So, like,
fear of being kicked off YouTube or having your Instagram page banned, and I can't believe what happened to your fucking Instagram page.
Oh yeah.
Like, how the shit? There's some guy sitting there. Oh, Daryl Sundar. Okay, better hack in and delete his shit.
So I've been. Do you know when you go to post a daily, so people can put like a track over their daily?
You choose a music section. You search music and add a track.
I used to do religiously, and people that look at my Instagram probably are probably sick of my tracks being played over my stupid tryhard visuals, but that whole option is now gone from my Instagram. Yeah,
they've disabled. You can no longer play music. Oh, fucking that blew me away.
They've disabled me from playing music on my dailies, but the workaround is that you just embed it yourself and export it, you know. But and it's even better because you're not like at the mercy of their algorithm.
Yeah,
like having to find that song.
No, but you need to get the followers, and if the followers can't find the tag or the hashtag.
No, there's been some weirdest shit on my Instagram. You know, I post like certain nuggets of little conspiracies and stuff on my Instagram. I've had times where it literally, you know, that little eyeball, and it tells you how many people have viewed your story. It'll say like 50 or something,
and it resets.
And then I go back to it an hour later, and it's at 0. Like nobody has seen this.
Yeah.
Despite other people saying like, I saw that thing that you posted, but it just says 0. So anyway, if you don't think that they can throttle certain things.
Oh,
online
companies
shadow ban is fucking big.
There are backdoors into that shit.
Absolutely,
all these authorities have. So fucking come on.
Yeah, and like now you don't even have to ban an account. You just make sure that people can't search for it.
Yeah,
like it just doesn't pop up in the results. You know, that's all you need to do.
Well, I mean, I just like thinking about it. Just go back to that classic meme that I saw of the CIA saying, "Oh, we need to update everyone's face for the, update our database with everyone's faces 10 years later." And Facebook turns around and says, "Hey, let's just create a program, a program where a face app, and everyone will do it for you."
Yeah, and now it's that meme. Show us your Twitter, your LinkedIn, your Tinder, and your Facebook.
The Dolly Parton challenge.
Yeah, the Dolly Parton challenge, right? Fucking hell. So you don't, like, they don't even have to data mine. We literally just go, here's every photo from each of my socials. So that you can, scan it for your biometrics. Wasn't that old face thing linked to some Russian?
Yeah, the face out there, I reckon they was owned by Russia.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, it's all fucking connected somehow.
It's all connected. It's all in there. It's all about mining.
What I do love that you sent to me, that I sat there for a while, just pressing the refresh page, just refreshing on and on and off, is a website called thispersondoesnotexist.com.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite.
That is the craziest shit. Like, if you're bored. If
Look
you're bored of
what's the address again?
Swiping through things, I'm trying to double check it. I'm pretty sure it's thispersondoesnotexist.com.
Thispersondoesnotexist.com.
Let me just make sure there's no other thing behind it. Oh, why are you sending me so many chemtrails and stuff? Non-stop chemtrails and
Chemtrails!
Who's this? Somerset Belanoff. Okay, thispersondoesnotexist.com.
Yeah, okay.
And all it is, it's just an image of a person's face. But when you refresh it, it's just another face. And you refresh again, and it's just continuous, just faces. What it is an AI-generated face creator.
Yeah.
And it just creates a profile photo of a person based on AI algorithms and stuff. And if you click on it again, it pops up with the links of it shows, it's a thing called StyleGAN 2 using NVIDIA. And there's actually, you can links to YouTube and how the program works and how they do it. But it is that shit is fucking bizarre. Like, you can generate just any face and put it somewhere, but it does not exist. It's not a real person.
It's not a real person. Yeah.
But it looks so fucking real.
It looks very convincing, doesn't it?
I was ready. I was ready, refreshing, just waiting for my face to pop up because I was fucking freaking out.
Yeah. So basically, I guess it's an AI. It's a type of facial generating. Yeah,
so I think
AI.
I'm not sure if it's taken from a lot of actual photos of other people.
Yep. So you can submit your own photo, and they'll add it to the algorithm. So basically, every time you hit refresh on that website, it'll piece together an eye,
Yeah, it just takes bits
a
like
nose, a head,
facial features from all over,
and then kind of mash it together to create a face of someone that doesn't exist.
Yeah. I fucking love it. I got my new profile photo ready.
But you know,
also, if there's anything like I want to now, if people want to hear if there's things that you want to talk about, let us know. If there's things that you want us to look into or you want to hear our perspective on it, fucking let us know.
Definitely.
I'll be happy to defecate on your ideas.
Yeah, it's not about being negative or apathetic or trying to fearmonger. Like, this actually liberates me. This actually makes me feel better. So there's a fine balance. Yeah, you can be positive by knowing the negative.
Yes, don't fear, Daryl.
Don't fear. Happy 2020. You're the rat.